Welcome to the Crypto Lab. Today's video will be very special. We are going to talk about Bitcoin bottoms, when will it happen, and what are the targets. I'm going to share with you an indicator that gives us a potential bottom signal. I'm pretty sure that you are going to like this video. I have two theories, a bullish one and a bearish one. And in the last part of the video, I'm going to tell you how to detect which one is coming. So sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and let's begin. And of course, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's time. Let's get started. We are going to start with the bullish scenario. This is a simple chart and I am going to explain to you how to set up this line, but before, let's make the analysis together. This is very easy. As you can see, I am using the 11 weeks time frame, and this time frame is no joke. You can see by yourself how clean this chart is. For example, you can see that during bullish phases of the market, we have series of green candles. It was the case in 2017, as you can see, and just right here, we have the same scenario, okay? Multiple green candles in a row. And as soon as we have a red candle, it was the case with this candle. After the bull run, just right here, we have a red candle. Here again, after the bull run, we have a red candle. Every time we have a red candle after the consecutive green candles, we can expect a new low from Bitcoin and a retest of the orange line that you see just right here. So we went down to retest the line and it was a bottom, right? And here, even if we made a new all-time high, just right here, it was a small one after this one, but we definitely went down to retest the line, as you can see. It was the same case here, it was the same case just right here also. And if we go into the details, you can see that Bitcoin never closed below the line. As you can see, just right here, we pierced the line, but we didn't close below it. It was the same thing just after, okay? Two candles after, we retested the line and it was exactly the same scenario. We pierced it, we closed above it. Here again, we pierced the line. It was very scary, but eventually, we managed to remain above the line. Here it was very close also, as you can see. We pierced the line, but before the close of the candle, we went above the line and we closed above it. And thanks to this, we had a moonshot, right? After this, we had the COVID crisis. It was very scary again, but we managed to close above the line, even if we had a big wick below the line, okay? And guess what? If we look at the current situation, it's very interesting. We touched the line, okay? So what does it mean exactly? Let's circle these points because this is very important. And what does it mean? It means that today, everybody talks about the 20 weeks moving average. Let's display it. So I added the 20 weeks moving average in the chart in red. Let's switch to the weekly time frame. You will understand what I mean. If we look left, you will see that every time that we touched the 200 weeks moving average, it was a Bitcoin bottom. It was the case just right here, as you can see, okay? It was the same case here. It was a perfect bottom just right here. And during the COVID crisis, we pierced the line and it was a pretty great buying opportunity. So everybody is looking for a retest of the 200 weeks moving average. But now that everybody is aware of this line, it might never do it. And it would take everybody by surprise. If we go back to the 11 weeks moving average, you'll see what I mean by that. As you can see, from the 20 weeks moving average perspective, we reach a bottom only and only if we test the red line, okay? It was the case here, it was the case here also, and it was the case here. And everybody is expecting Bitcoin to retest the line. So from this line, we didn't reach the bottom yet. But from the orange line perspective, which is also true, as you can see, every time we tested it, it was a bottom. You can see it here, it was a bottom, again another bottom, here a bottom, and here a bottom. So it was a pretty great buying opportunity every time we touched this line. And from this line point of view, we touched it, okay? And no one is aware of this. That's why you are a subscriber to this channel, because here we are making new discoveries and this is my gift to you. So it's time to reveal what line I am talking about. You have to go on the 11 weeks moving average. And once you have this setup, this time frame, you have to display an exponential moving average, and it's the 23 exponential moving average. And as you can see on this chart, this line is pretty accurate at catching bottoms of Bitcoin. So now you understand why this chart is the bullish scenario. You have to keep in mind that so far we always at least tested this line twice, because here we tested it once and we tested it a second time. Okay, here it was the same thing. We pierced it once and we pierced it again before a moonshot. Okay, so it could so it wouldn't be a surprise to test it once and to test it again in the future. Okay, we could even retest the 20 weeks moving average. But in the most bullish scenario, we already tested this line, okay, the orange line. So this would mean that Bitcoin could stay above it and go up, because this condition, this bottom condition, is fulfilled. Let me know in the comments what you think about this theory. I'm not saying that it will happen, but this is definitely something to take into account. Currently, the line is around $25,800, so keep this level in mind. As a good investor, you always have to look at the market from a bullish point of view and from a bearish point of view. This way you will always be prepared no matter what. So it's time to move to the bearish scenario. For the record, we anticipated successfully the retest of the aqua line that you can see just right here, because we have the red line of the pi cycle top indicator crossing the cloud line in white, and this was an early signal that a capitulation was coming. And every time we did this in the past, we retested the aqua line a few weeks after, and as you can see, it was exactly the same scenario. That said, we always have to stay level-headed and talk about evidences in the chart. And one thing we cannot miss is this big area of confluence forming below us, with the aqua line in blue plummeting, as you can see, in the direction of the mountain indicator in green. At the same time, we have the mountain indicator crossing the red line with the dots, as you can see, which is a regression line that cuts all Bitcoin bottoms so far. It was the case here, as you can see. You remember, it was the case here also. So all of these lines at the same time, okay? And that's not all. We have also the golden line, okay? The golden line in orange. As you can see, it was a perfect bottom line just right here, even for the COVID crisis, when we had a cross between the mountain indicator. Okay, let me show you here. We had a cross between the mountain indicator and the golden line, and it was a bottom for Bitcoin. Again, here again, big area of confluence, and it was a bottom. Okay, so again, if we go back to the current situation, you will see that this is major, because this kind of confluence happens every 4 years. So this is my bearish call, and we should find out pretty soon if this turns out to be accurate. And if we pay attention to the details, you will see that every time that we have the golden line crossing the red line with the dots, we have a bottom for Bitcoin, and it's very precise, okay? So it was the case here, it was a Bitcoin bottom. Here again, it was a perfect confluence point. Look at these guys. We have the mountain indicator, the 200 weeks moving average, the golden line crossing at the same time with the red dots, and it was a perfect bottom. That's why if we pay attention to what is forming right now, we will have a great confluence points and confluence area between all of these lines. So it will be a perfect opportunity for Bitcoin to be attracted to this area like a magnet. So let me know what you think about this bearish scenario. Are you more bullish? Are you more bearish? Let me know in the comments. It's time to switch to the last chart of the day. This chart should give us a bottom signal, and I'm going to share with you how to set it up. For now, we only have 2 references, so we cannot know for sure that it will work again, but there is a chance that it will. I am using 2 exponential moving averages, the 30 exponential moving average and the 200 exponential moving average. And as you can see, I am on the 4 days time frame. And you know that I am a big fan of crosses. And as you can see, every time we have a cross between those 2 lines, it's a bottom for Bitcoin. Isn't it amazing? Look, here we have a cross between the yellow line and the green line, and it was a perfect buy signal for Bitcoin. As soon as we crossed the line, we had the final capitulation for Bitcoin, and it was our very bottom, okay? If we go Here, it was exactly the same scenario. We were there, then we have a cross, and it was a perfect opportunity to buy Bitcoin again because it was our bottom, okay? Now, what's really interesting is this. Look, here for the COVID crisis, we have the yellow line going down, but we avoided the cross. So even if we had a capitulation, we didn't make a new bottom. So let's take a look at the current situation. As you can see, the line, the yellow line, which is the 30 exponential moving average, is going down, and we are about to have a cross between those two lines. But at the same time, we have Bitcoin going up, okay? So does it mean that we want to avoid the cross between the two lines like what we did for the COVID crisis when we went down before going up and avoiding the cross? We will know very, very soon. We will find out, guys. That's why the current situation is pretty interesting, because we are so close to have a cross, but Bitcoin is starting waking up after this consolidation. Now we have a move to the upside. We are pretty far away from the yellow line, but we are in good position to avoid the cross. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what will happen, but you should have got it from now. Either we have a cross and we will make a new low for sure, either we don't have any cross and we are going up from now. So do not hesitate to draw these lines at home to track what will happen, because I definitely think that these lines will have a pretty big impact on the market. There was a lot in this video. The next 2 or 3 months should be very interesting. If you like the content and want to track what will happen with us, please like, comment, subscribe. That's all for today, and as always, time will tell.